Oh, I better hide my book. Kelly here. Oh, it's hiding. We got a little bit of the table on display today, and now you can see everything.
Got lots of things showing. Look, mine's just wide out in the opening.
I know. We got the wide out open today. So today we're gonna do. Did you put on your microphone?
You don't need to hear me. Oh, that's your microphone. I'm trying to grab it.
You can only hear me today.
Hello, Mike. My little skull, he's going to go right above there.
Okay. We're trying to do microphones so that I'm not so incredibly loud and you can't hear you. Stop it! Okay. All right, so we'll just get started since you see this book. Today we're going to do...
a little book talk.
We're going to do a little book talk. Yeah, I was struggling to figure out what it was called. We're going to do some book talk, which this is about books that we found to be 100% great.
Yes.
Right?
Loved them.
Yeah, so we'll start with Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. Look at this book.
Look how beautiful.
Oh my God, look at that. Specimen. So I'm going to take off the cover, not because there's a bunch of cover art, because there's not, but because I don't want to fight with the cover when I show you the artwork on the inside.
Oh, I love artwork inside books.
Oh my gosh. So one really cool thing, and I don't know if Jay Kristoff, the author of this book, I don't know if he has like some kind of deal with Amazon or what, but every book except for Nevernight, the first in the Nevernight series that I've bought from Amazon, and they're all signed.
Oh, yes, I remember you told me that.
So
Josh's copy is signed too, I think.
Yeah. So every copy,
I bought it for him. Duh, it's signed.
Every copy I've ever got from Amazon is signed. So let me try to find some artwork in here.
And there's a beautiful map too.
Yeah.
Look at that. I love maps. Every book should have a map. Even if they don't travel in the book, I need a map.
We've got our camera really
so
far back
away
today. So, oh my God. So this is the illustrated copy. So there is a difference. So if you get the book on Amazon, make sure that you get the illustrated copy.
I wonder, what does the non-illustrated look like?
So I think that the first editions were all illustrated books. And I think that the second round was not. I don't know for sure, but this is a first edition. Does it say first edition on it, on the front?
Nope.
Well, the first editions
It says book 1.
had art in them. They were illustrated. Guys, this is gorgeous. So first of all, the book is a 10-star book. Second of all, it's gorgeous. Did I say that right? It's gorgeous. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so this is a vampire book, and just when you thought you couldn't handle any more vampires, Jay Kristoff storms on the scene, and he's like, girls and boys,
Sit down.
you are not done with vampires, and hello, I am not done with vampires, because this is only the first book. I followed Jay on Facebook, and he just sent the second book to the editor, so oh my God, because there's a cliffhanger at the end of this book.
I think it was next year, early next year, maybe? Mid-next year?
Yeah, we're close, guys. It's fine. We can do this. You should still get this book and read it immediately and a cool thing, this is not YA. Let's get that out of the way right now. This is not a YA book. This is adult. And the cool thing about this book is that men can read it too.
Josh read it.
Yeah,
Josh really liked it.
Yeah, this is a girls, boys book. It's fantasy. So what's really cool about this book, and I just will go on and on, so you will have to shut me up. You read this book too, didn't you? Oh, well then I'll just go on and on.
No shutting up here.
Okay, the cool thing about this book, first of all, hello, this is going to be a commitment. Let's see. But seriously, I finished this, I think, in 5 days.
It's like 800 pages.
Yeah, it's 700 and Oh my God!
Look at that.
Don't look in the back pages.
That was like.
I know.
That was like A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Okay, so I don't know where to look, first of all, because the camera is here and I'm
No, it's
looking
over
here.
there.
I don't know. Where is it?
Just look at my face on the camera.
We don't know where to look.
Make eye contact through the camera and you'll be fine.
But where are you looking?
At your face. Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, Jay has put his own spin on vampires, and so this is actually like a mix of The Witcher.
Oh my gosh, I love The Witcher.
So many Witcher vibes because they are vampires, but they have to drink this this stuff. And guys, I read this book about a year ago, so you'll forgive me if I can't remember what everything is called because I read a lot of
We
books.
should have had Josh do a guest thing. He just finished it.
Oh, he just finished
a couple
it?
months ago.
So they've got this stuff that they have to drink, kind of like, remember in The Witcher where he drank it? I haven't read the Witcher books. I've only seen the Witcher show.
I've only seen The Witcher
And
show.
so in it, he drinks the stuff, and then his eyes turn black, and then he has like super strength. Well, it's the same thing in this. They're vampires, and they're not meant to drink blood. As a matter of fact, oh God, I can't remember all the details, but they have this stuff, which is, now my mind is trying to mix it with it's like dried blood. They have like these apothecary kits that they carry with them to create the stuff. It's like dried vampire blood mixed with all this
Like
stuff.
herbs and spices.
Something. I don't know what it is. And then it gives them a sudden burst of energy, and then they can fight for a few hours. And it's in like a monastery type setting where they have like, they're not nuns, but they are like the women in the monastery. And then you've got, it's just, I'm not describing this very well because it's been a long time, but I could not put this book down, guys. Like literally, and then you get these tattoos as you progress, like your spirit animal is tattooed on. Let me see if I can. It's so amazing. And the women in the cathedrals put these tattoos on you as you earn them. Look at this.
I want a tattoo.
So Gabriel is the main character, and obviously he is the lion. And the stuff they use to do the tattoos on you. Oh my gosh. The stuff they use to do the tattoos on you makes the tattoos like a shiny silver. Ooh. Oh my God, it's so cool. I'm going to try to find the picture where he's getting his tattoos.
So if they're vampires and they don't drink blood and everything, what makes them a vampire then?
So they're not okay, so how Gabriel, it's kind of like in The Witcher, they're made. They're made into these witchers. Mm-hmm. And here it's kind of like a vampire. Vampires are bad. And these guys aren't really vampires. They're like a hybrid human vampire mix. And so they don't drink blood. They take this stuff, which is the stuff that they do have vampires. And another cool thing is they've got bloodlines of these vampires that go back. This is a bloodline vampire that go back, and vampires have taken over the world and they're eating people, and it's just like, it's kind of starting to come back to me now that you're asking questions. Ugh.
Jay Kristoff is a great author too. He wrote the Nevernight series. He wrote
Nevernight is amazing too, guys.
What was that other series that he wrote?
Oh my God, look at this.
He wrote a lot actually.
Look at this. So this is like a legit thing, guys. This is a book that is worth it. Like, it's worth the almost 800 pages. Men will love it. It's not a lovey-dovey type situation.
Yeah, like I said, Josh just finished it and he really liked it.
This is
I need to
all
ask
out
him
war.
if he has the illustrated copy though.
He does, I think he does because.
Well, I bought it for him on Amazon and it came signed, so maybe.
Yeah. This is Gabriel. That's not the tattoos though. Like, he's a badass. He ain't messing around. He ain't no teenager coming in on high school, 100th year in high school. This is legitimate. Like, I'm blubbering. And I tell people I can't do book reviews. Really, I can just talk about books.
Pimp.
Yeah, we're just book pimps. I can't express how good this book is. You just have to read it. Maybe I'll do a read along, or actually maybe you should because you haven't read it.
Maybe I'll do the first 6 chapters for you guys.
Oh my gosh.
It'll kickstart me to read it too, because it's been on my to-be-read list forever, but I keep pushing it off to go do something else because it's so big, and like she said, it's a commitment.
You can kind of see his tattoos on the cut. You can barely see them. They're silver, so they're hard to see.
Oh, yes.
Amazing. This is Jay Kristoff. He also looks like a vampire. All right, I'm blabbered enough. Go read it. This is a 10-star book.
Go read it.
When you finish this book, you're going to call me on the cell phone, and you're going to be like, oh my God.
Cell phone.
This book was so amazing. Yeah, I was actually waiting for this book because, like I said before, I follow Jay Kristoff on Facebook, and I'm a little obsessed just because he is such a good author. And so when he started talking about this, I was like, what?
What?
A vampire? Oh, no.
We all know how she is about vampires.
Oh, guys, it's so good. I would love also if you would comment if you do read it or have read it, because that'd be great. Someone who can articulate words.
Articulate.
Your go, girl. Your go. You go.
All right. I did a read along on both of my books today that I'm going to talk about. That's exciting.
Okay.
All right. So, Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendare Blake.
She does have the book, but we're at my house today, and she left it at home.
I also have her copy at my house.
And it's at her
How'd
home.
that happen? We don't know. But
totally fine.
Guys, this book, and I literally just finished it the other night. I stayed up late reading it. This is Supernatural meets Supernatural. And
I remember when I was reading it, I was like, this is Supernatural.
Oh, it's like if there was only Dean and no Sam.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad now that I said that out loud. But so it follows, the main character is a 17-year-old boy. And he's pretty awesome. He's a little badass. And he's a ghost hunter. And he kills ghosts. And
it's good.
Okay. I don't want to spoil anything. I mean, you guys have read the first 6 chapters. But so him and his mom, his dad died he got killed by a ghost. And so he has it in the back of his head. He's going to avenge his father. He's going to kill this ghost. But until he gets there, he's killing all these other ghosts. So him and his mom pack up like they always do. They move to Thunder Bay, which I don't remember where Thunder Bay is.
And I read that book 5 years ago, so I don't remember anything about it. I'm just going to sit here and smile.
Somewhere up north. That's what I did on that book. And so his mom is like a white witch. She's really cool. I really like her.
Oh, that's right. She's always in the kitchen making potions.
Cute. She's always making potions, and the house always smells like protection. I really liked the way that they wrote it because it was really like a snarky vibe. Like it was really like if you were in a 17-year-old boy's head. Like, there was snark, there was attitude, there was
But you're badass.
Yeah, but you're badass.
Not these whiny 17-year-old boys that aren't badasses.
So
This is like a 35-year-old stuck in a 17-year-old persona badass.
So he is there at Thunder Bay to kill Anna. So he hunts ghosts that kill people. And Anna has been killing people for years. It's been like 50 years. And so he goes to a high school party, and this is how he like investigates. So he goes to a high school party, and he starts asking questions, and then they all, like normal high schoolers, well, let's go see. Let's go check it out. Blah, blah, blah. Let's be brave.
Or people like us on a bored Saturday night.
Yeah. Well, shit goes down, and I can't say anything more than that.
All right.
But it is so, so good, guys. The whole entire vibe of the book is amazing. There is a second one, and it is Girl of Nightmares.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited. I'm going to read that here soon. But I rated it 5 stars. I couldn't put it down.
I think I rated it 5 stars too. It's really good.
loved
Like, you
it.
think
You think you know what's
Supernatural,
happening,
yeah,
and you don't.
It's good. It's still great. It still has its own individuality.
Mm-hmm.
It just, I guess maybe if you're a ghost hunter, it's not like it's like Supernatural. It's just how you hunt ghosts. I don't know because I've never done it.
He
so
has his dad's knife, which is his Atham, and he carries it everywhere with him. And yeah,
yeah.
You have
Oh,
to
so
read it.
daddy issues.
Daddy
this
issues.
one too.
And
like
you know, if
Supernatural.
she rates something 5 stars, it's super good. I feel like I give out 5 stars like Oprah. Like,
you get a 5 star.
You get 5 stars. She is very selective with her 5-star giveaways. So if it's 5 stars with Kelly, it's good.
Yeah, I don't like to hand them out.
I'm like,
Just because,
if I rate something 4-star, people are like, did you not like it?
Did you not like it?
I'm like, I was a little bored.
Mine is like 3 stars is I liked it. 4 stars is I loved it. 5 stars is I'm going to start a cult. So,
Mine is pretty much, if I finished it, it's getting 4 stars. If I really enjoyed it, and above is 5.
Yeah, which is fine. We all have our own rating systems. It's fine.
Because
Just-
I am very much at the point in my life where if I am bored within the first like 4 or 5 chapters, I'm done. Like, I do not have it in me anymore to continue reading.
Thank God,
and
there's too many
wasting
books
time.
to read. Too many books
Yes.
to read. Yeah. And I'd like to just take this opportunity to remind everybody, if you're not on Goodreads, get on Goodreads because it's like Facebook for us book
Yeah.
lovers. And 2, if you read a book and you like it, just say something about it. It doesn't have to be these beautiful, paragraphs and things about, like, what are they called? Book reviews? What are they called? Oh, book reviews. It doesn't have to be this beautiful book review. You just, to help those authors out, just write something. Half the time, I just write, this book was awesome.
Mine don't even make sense. Like, you can tell I'm crying because it's like,
Loved.
oh my God.
Just
Like-
write something, like rate it and write something because these authors that's how their books get out, like word of mouth. So just a quick reminder, get on Goodreads. If you bought it off of Amazon, you could do it there too, but I really like Goodreads myself. That's
too.
what I use. If you
And
have a
there's
book,
giveaways
say
on
it.
Goodreads.
Yeah.
Give away. That means they give it away.
Yeah.
So
For
that's
free.
free. And we've won multiple books on
Yeah,
the giveaway,
yeah.
so it's not like it's a lost
Yeah,
cause.
yeah.
So I would definitely get on there.
All right, I'm gonna move on.
Look,
so.
now we're website pimpers. Can we
Oh
add that?
yeah. So I actually had a
yes.
friend of mine's cousin. So a friend of mine's cousin.
It's like
Actually.
remember when I went to my Goldfish's brother's birthday party?
Yes, they told me about my friend's cousin told me about this book, told her about this book to tell me about this book. And thank God because
You were saving.
what?
You like almost hit me.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I love you.
So many views.
Thank God she did tell me about it. I'm glad I didn't hit my friend because hello, I never heard of this book. Have you ever heard of
No,
this
not
book?
until you told me about it, and then
This
I
is-
downloaded it.
If we could go back in time when we first bought A Court of Thorns and Roses, which we bought 1 trillion years ago,
Yeah. Why did it take us so long to get there?
if we could go back in time and recognize it for what it was, like how far ahead of the game would we have been? Well, that's this book, guys. This is your public service announcement.
P.S.
This is the next big thing. Hello!
And can we also note that, like, this author isn't...
Lexi Ryan, never
even
heard of her. Look at this. First of all, hello to gorgeous guys. Yes, there's always a love
Awesome.
triangle.
You know how I'm boy crazy. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's like Cassian and Azriel.
Actually, it's like Rowan.
Ooh.
Rowan and Ryzen.
Rowan and Ryan.
Actually, it's like Rowan and... Okay, I'm getting sidetracked.
This is not about Rowan or Ryzen.
This is its own thing. So this is really cool. So in this book, and I just finished this one, I just got it in the mail because I actually read the ebook, and I have hardly any room for books anymore, so I can only buy the books that I'm crazy about. So I just actually bought this book and its sister book, which I can't reach. It's so far away. But once I read it, we'll do a whole video on it and get her to read it. So,
I downloaded it. It's
did you?
happening.
Okay. So this girl, and I can't remember her name again. I've read 50 books since then. Oh my gosh, guys. Plus I'm 45 and losing my memory.
She's super pretty, redhead.
Yeah.
She looks fierce.
She is.
I like them fierce.
So, she's very poor. It's got almost like, I don't want to say Hunger Game vibes, but it kind of has Hunger Game vibes because like she's very poor and her sister live in the basement of like her uncle, her uncle who passed away. So her step aunt, is that what we're going to, I don't, her step aunt. And her sister are essentially slaves for her aunt and taking care of the house, cleaning the house, and they live down in this tiny room. Well, anyway, this guy,
it's like Cinderella meets Hunger Games meets.
yeah, Cinderella meets. It's really not Hunger Games. That's not. I don't know why I said that. Like, just that. Like, you're either poor or you're rich, kind of situation.
There's no middle ground.
And then you've also got fairies.
Oh, well, that escalated.
Yeah, so you've got your fairy realm, and you have to go through a door. Oh my God, let me see.
You have to go through a door.
You have to go through a special door
There's a door.
to get there, like a realm, like a magical portal. Okay,
There's a door, guys.
Look. Let me just read this to you.
It's synopsis.
Her
She
name
doesn't
is
believe
Brie.
in synopsis.
I don't really believe in them, and I don't like to read them beforehand. But like,
Sometimes I read the last page of the book first, and it killed her when I told her.
oh yeah, I could revel in the darkness. These are the hours of spies and thieves. Oh yeah, she's a thief. They're my hours. Bree would do anything before making a deal with the Fae. Death is preferable to their vicious schemes, but when her sister is taken by the sadistic king of the Unseelie court, there's nothing Bree wouldn't do to get her back, including making a deal with the king himself to steal 3 magical relics from the rival Seelie court. Gaining unfettered access to the Seelie court is easier said than done. Bree's only choice is to pose as a potential bride for the Prince Ronan. So that is kind of like...
His name is Ronan. Ronan.
Okay, so it's kind of like, what's the books? The Selection, where the girls go to the castle to...
So it's Cinderella meets the Hunger Games meets Selection.
But there's really no Hunger Games. Let's get rid of the Hunger
So
Games.
it's Cinderella meets
The Selection meets Court of Thorns and Roses.
Thorns and Roses.
Okay.
I liked all 3 of those books.
Oh my God. Meats. Look, we're also going to add another meats to this. What's that series Micah loves? That's by Jennifer Armentrout that I read the first and second book of.
Flesh and Bone.
Flesh and Blood by Jennifer Armentrout. Flesh and Fire or something like that.
Flesh and Blood.
Yeah, it's also got those vibes because like...
I need to read those still too.
But as Bree spends time with their mysterious leader, Finn, she finds herself struggling to resist his seductive charm.
She threw up, and I'm over here like, yeah, I got me a new boyfriend. We are so different.
Caught between 2 dangerous courts, Bree must decide who to trust with her loyalty and with her heart. It's so good, guys. I loved it. Remember I told you, These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. Remember I said, because in a few years,
remember,
it's going to take off and you're going to be like me with Court of Thorns and Roses.
Like, do you remember that blog? They just ramble a lot. Yeah, they told me about it.
And we're going to want to have these original covers because this is the...
You know how hard it is to find the original covers of Court of Thorns and Roses? Get them now.
What's going to happen is this book is going to catch fire and they're going to be like, oh, that cover's too plain. Let's get another. Let's pop these babies out. And they're going to redo all the covers. So get in now. They're fairly cheap too. They're both under $15. There's only 2 out right now. Actually, it might just be a duet. Might just be a duology. I don't know that it goes on. Boy, I'm extra yappy today, aren't I?
Remind me to tell you something.
Okay.
Both of your books have the word hollow in them. That's weird. That's
Whoa.
Not
like a suck into the
common
darkness.
Word. Yeah.
All right. Your turn, girl.
All right, here we go.
Yapping.
This was another one I did the 6 chapters on, and Miss Kelly over here has read this one too.
Oh man, this book is so good, guys.
The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Oh, this book was so good, guys. I loved it so much. Look at me just looking at the cover.
Which is funny because I call him Matt Haig.
Matt Haig.
I know.
Matt
Why would I
Haig.
call him Matt Haig?
Maybe it looks right. Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
Maybe
What if
I'm
he
saying it wrong.
What if he read my videos? What if he watched my videos and was like, Matt Haig?
He is an English teacher.
Oh man, I probably failed. So this book, guys, it is also not YA. It is a very, very real look at depression, anxiety, anything like that.
Suicidal ideation.
Yes, it's a very it was a good book. So you're following your main girl, and the book starts out as a countdown.
Oh yeah.
So it counts down like
Like
5 hours before Nora decided that she was going to kill herself. 4 hours before Nora, and then it goes through what is going on in her life during
But they said
this
it
time.
cool because she's like 5 hours before Nora decides to
Decided
her-
it's time to die.
Yeah, it's time to die or something like that. Nora decided to end her life.
Yeah, something like that. So then, if you read the 6 chapters with me, you know that we did get to the end of the countdown. And so she takes this bottle of pills with some wine, and then it just shows her she's in this library, and it like goes on forever. There's no end to it.
Like the library is like a middle place between life and death, like a
Purgatory.
purgatory type situation.
Kind of, but like, because purgatory.
It's not
I mean, I'm not
purgatory,
Catholic,
yeah.
so I don't know how that. It's
a-
just a middle place.
It's an in between life
Yeah.
and death, and to every person it's different.
So like to her, it's a library because she loved the library. She spent a lot of time there with the librarian as a little girl. So she sees the library and the librarian.
And the books as different lives. So the books in the library are different lives.
So
Different
every
paths.
choice that you
Yeah.
make leads to a different result, and those are each of these books. So there's millions and millions of different things. And the librarian is super sweet. She's this really sweet old lady, and she used to play chess with her in the library. And she's kind of like her guide in a way. And so she helps her kind of figure out, well, which life would you like to try? So she gets to start trying these lives, and sometimes she's there for 5 minutes and she's like, get me out of here. And then sometimes she's there for days, and then there's one that she was in there for a few weeks. And
She tells her once you decide that that you're happy, you'll stay there.
but it's a subconscious thing, because when she's in the 3-week life, she's telling herself, no, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy.
Right, but
like
But
like,
she's not.
yeah.
So there's something. Yeah.
So it was really good. I just loved it. It was just
It's important.
Yes, it was a very nice take on depression, and then just
Like
being
recognizing the beautiful things in life.
and just in the little things, like the little decisions you make every day have some alteration to your life, and it's a beautiful book.
I
loved
said
it.
everybody who has any kind, just anybody. I actually heard about the book because I work at a mental health facility, and a couple of the therapists had like this book club going on with the public library in one of the towns nearby, and they were reading that. They were doing kind of a group read thing
remember you
with
telling
it.
me that, yeah.
And so one of the therapists had told me about it, and I immediately got it and read it. And I want to say I read it in like 2 days.
Yeah, I read it pretty fast after the 6 chapters, because I was trying to, I didn't want to skip ahead because I didn't want to like ruin my chapter reading on. But after the 6 chapters were over, I was like, game over. Like,
Yeah.
I'm finishing this bad boy, and it was so good.
It's powerful.
Yes,
It's powerful, and
Beautiful.
it's important. I think it's kind of the whole old saying, wherever you go, there you are. Like, and again, like, are these things so important? Does it really matter? I don't know. It's just, I think everybody would probably take it differently.
yeah.
But regardless, when you finish it, you realize, like, oh my God, I want to live. Like, you got to, like, fight for your life. Fight for your life.
Like, it's just such a beautiful thing. And
Yeah.
it's just a beautiful book. You guys need to read it. I would give it 10 stars if it was a scale. I loved it. I devoured it. I had to keep myself from skipping ahead for you guys.
Oh my God.
That was a sacrifice for you. I'm just kidding.
Good.
But it was so good.
You should read it. You should read it. Okay, I'm done. But it was beautiful.
It was.
Okay, do we only have one book left?
One book left.
Okay, I'm actually going to do my read along for this for next week, so I'm not going to say too much about it, except for remember when I was reading this book? It's called House of Hollow by Crystal Sutherland.
What I was telling her earlier, the word hollow is like super
Yeah.
popular all of a sudden.
Holy bejesus. No book has ever physically taken me never immersed me so deeply, except for like when I read Salt and Sorrow.
Oh,
I could taste the salt in the air. Like I could feel the dampness. Like she is such a good author. Who was that?
House of Salt and Sorrow.
Erin.
Erin. Here.
We need to find out because she's also an amazing author, and I've read every one of her books.
Aaron A. Craig.
Yeah, Aaron
That
Craig.
was
Aaron
a
A. Craig.
fabulous book as well.
I really like Aaron A. Craig. When I read Salt and Sorrow, I could taste the salt in the air, and I was actually physically cold reading it and just damp feeling. So, and I've only been to the ocean once. So this author, hello, Crystal Sutherland, is coming in. Right? She is coming in hot. I physically got nauseous at one point. I remember I was talking to you and Micah in a group chat, and I was like, I literally just almost threw up.
I had this one downloaded too.
So this author is so amazing. So Sunday, I'm going to drop chapter 1 of this book onto our YouTube channel, which is where this video is also going. And I will do a 6-chapter read of this book for you guys. First of all, this book caught me on chapter 1. I was engaged. And this is a book I read in one day.
Ready to go.
I could not put this book down. So, like, when I say one day, I mean I started it one day and finished the next day. So, is that a 2-day?
That's 24 hours.
That's a 24-hour read. This is not too big of a book. Let me see how many pages is in this.
Was that like
So
300?
this is going to fall... Oh, this book, yes, it's not even 300 pages, guys. It's not even 300 pages. This
doable
book is spooky.
Don't. Okay, I might start this tomorrow then.
Oh my God. When you start this book, this book is going to hook you in the first paragraph, the first chapter. So this book, and since she's going to start it, and I'm going to start it tomorrow, I'm not going to say too much about it, except for, hello, it is so good, and the author is so amazing. Oh yeah, it's got the prologue. I'll read the prologue and the first chapter. So it's about 3 sisters, and this is just a brief little synopsis. 3 sisters, when they went missing when they were little, they were 3 little dark-haired girls, beautiful little girls. I think the oldest sister was 10 or 9 when they were taken, and the youngest one was like 5. I don't know, 4 or 5. So, and it takes place, they were in Scotland, I want to say. So, we got fairies there.
Scotland, are there fairies in this?
No. So, well, maybe there is some talk of fairies, yeah.
No fairies in Scotland.
We've got realms, though, guys. Okay, so these little girls are walking. It's like, it's a night. Mom and Dad are walking behind them. The 3 girls are 10 feet ahead of them walking, and they just vanish in thin air. A month later, they reappear naked in the same spot, and they all have white hair. And Dad swears, they take them home, and Dad literally loses his mind because he said they are not my children.
How did Dad find them again?
They appeared in the same spot.
But weren't they walking?
Yeah, they were walking,
How
and
did
so the
his dad
house.
know to just like go over there?
Well, it was involved.
Oh, okay.
So when they
Look
just
at me
appeared,
questioning this already.
it was in a neighborhood, just on a sidewalk. So when they appeared, whoever's house they had been in front of, they found the kids, called the police, took them in,
Okay.
called the police, and then they went back to the parents. And then Dad loses his mind. So that's all I'm going to say about it. he swears they are not his children. And it is so good, guys. I just did a TikTok on this book series, too, if you want some images.
I did see that.
So good, guys. I don't know what I rated this, 4 or 5, but it was really good. Spooky. Make sure you don't eat.
Don't eat. I'm going to start it immediately.
Read this book on an empty stomach. You have been warned.
You have been warned.
That's it. Do we have anything else?
Nope, I think that's it for
Guys,
today.
we finished. Thank you for joining us. Hey, subscribe to our channel. Just hit subscribe and like if you liked it, and if you want any, if you want to see any other book stuff, if you want us to keep making book videos, we're here for it. It's our favorite thing to do.
That's what we do. Just keep on scrolling. We've got lots posted.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh,
We gotta read.